Super Ninja Austin. For those who think I was done and done right away, like nope, like it does not end just yet. Like because I have a second video. This is my fourth time making a SNA podcast video 2 times in a row with 2 different episodes. This is episode 28 of the AEW Rampage review part 4. Let's begin. We're to start off with where's right? Oh, there. Oh yeah. It start off with Jay Lethal taking on Penta El Miro who determines the face either Jeff Hardy or Samoa Joe at tomorrow night's Collision at the semifinals, which Roderick Strong at the same night. Roderick Strong's gonna take on Darby Allin to see who's gonna face who's gonna face on the other side. But we learned this on tonight's AEW Rampage. And there was so much heel shenanigans from Jay Lethal's side, like he was tying his mask right into the ropes, and then that's when Jay Lethal and not Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett and Karen Jarrett started trying to pull off and Sanjay Dutt tried to pull off Penta's mask. The referee spotted this. He was like, he was pointing at all of them and even Satnam Singh, like you, and you especially, get out of here. And that's what Tony Schiavone said it with the referee. He was like he would usually do with every heel that tried to interfere in the match. And he was like, get the hell out of there, which they did. This is when Penta El Miro finally got back in the match. He hits his El Miro pile driver right onto Jay Lethal for the 1, 2, 3. And then he declares the winner, and he making it onto the next taking it on to the next round, which is the semifinals, which is going to be tomorrow night, which we're going to do that for episode 29 of the episode 29 of the AEW review part 4 review. Make sure y'all check that out tomorrow night, less than 24 hours from now. But yeah, back to talking about this this episode of AEW Rampage. He declares the winner. But we're gonna get to who's gonna be the winner, who's gonna face Penta tomorrow night. Later on, which we're gonna talk about just in the men. It's gonna be Jeff Hardy against Samoa Joe. Winner gonna face Penta. But what y'all thought about this match being on the opener? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna move on to the. And then this is when Sammy Guevara came out. He was like I know you pissed me off, Jericho. And then he's like, because I know that you're pissed off at me too, and I want to punch you right in the face. And then Jericho's like, you know what? I want to punch you in the face too. And then Sammy Guevara's like, I want to punch you harder. And they start arguing and then going back and forth. And it looks like the rumors were true online about Jericho and Sammy Guevara going to have their match at AEW's Grand Slam, which is a week from this coming Wednesday. Make sure that I'll check that out. And then it's been confirmed that they're going to have that match, which it was tonight, which like in the news, what was in the wrestling news earlier today, like that there was going to be announced tonight, which that was the case because they announced it right after they got to their big brutal argument. But what do y'all think about this match? What do you think about this match in a week and a half from now? Do you think that after this match, at the end of the match, like this Jericho and Guevara finally gonna be back on the same page, or does this mean they're gonna split up and we're gonna see Guevara joining Don Callis' family or not, or we're gonna say or not, like despite being not on the same page with the Ocho Le Champion. Or is he going to join forces with him and he's going to brainwash the rest of the JAS like Matt Menard, Daddy Magic Matt Menard, and Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia. But yeah, y'all let me know down below. But next up we have another hype video from Santana, which he was stating about his changes on AEW, like and then the next person he's gonna face, he's gonna let him know that, and it looks like we are gonna see some changes with. It's like we are gonna see some changes with Sammy Guevara and. I'm not Sammy Guevara. I mean Santana. My bad. I'm still stuck on the Sammy Guevara and Jericho program. My apologies for the mix up on this review. I'm trying to stay as professional as I can. But next up, we have a 6-woman tag match with Taya Valkyrie and Anna Jay and the Bunny taking on the trio of Sky Blue, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Hikaru Shida. And then this match only lasted for like 10 minutes because they thought they could pick on Sky Blue by triple teaming her, by hitting their respective moves, like all kinds of trios tag team, like every typical trios tag team heels would do. Like they would put them in a corner, double team them, and then tagging them in and holding on to them until the referee counts to 4 before they get to 5. And then every time they hit their moves, there's always be 2.999 until they tag in. Until Dr. Britt Baker got tagged in, she started hitting her comeback moves, and then she hits the. And she hits the, I believe, I'm not sure if she hit the curb stomp, but the Bunny tried to come up. I believe she tried to hit the curb stomp, but the Bunny hit her move, and then they only got a 1-2, like Simon would say. This is where she tried to hit. This is when Dr. Britt Baker did the Dr. Britt Baker DMD hand movement. This is when Britt Baker tried to go for. This is where she hits him with a. This is when he hits him with a double underhook suplex. This is when Hikaru Shida tried to hit her with her top rope move, but the Bunny got out of the way. This is where she hit the ripcord, tried to forearm, but this is when where she tried to go for the ripcord elbow strike to the Bunny. She will hold her from behind. She pushed her right into her own partner, which this is not looking good. Looked like a future heel turn for Hikaru Shida because she pushed Britt Baker right into Hikaru Shida, right onto her. And then this is where she tried to hit her. This is where the Bunny tried to hit her move, which was try to go for that running bunny knee, running knee to the face. This is what only got her the 2 count. This is where Dr. Britt Baker hold her down into the position of the lockjaw. She got it locked into her mouth. That made her tapped out for the win. And then Sky Blue and Britt Baker were celebrating, and then Hikaru Shida was kind of celebrating. But when she tried to fist bump Hikaru Shida, this is when she bumped her right to the shoulder, which I was like, oh no, don't tell me this is going to be a sign that Hikaru Shida is going to turn heel, because she's been a babyface for so long, ever since she's been on AEW. Like, she never stepped into the dark side. Maybe this is going to be a perfect opportunity for her to do so. But what do y'all think? And this is going to be a future, assuming to be a programming with the dentist and the Japanese Warrior. The dentist and the Japanese Warrior. Let me rephrase that into the clear statement. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. It's below. But yeah, I would say it's kind of interesting, but they were just doing really good as a team. So it's kind of too soon for her to go on the dark side just yet. But like that old saying goes, good things must come to an end, I suppose. And this is when we had a tag team match with the team of Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, and Cool Hand Angelo Parker taking on the Young Bucks, which is, I was like, wow, this is very rare. And then this is when my brother was singing a rap song. He was singing about the West Side, and then he also said BTE, and I even made a joke about. And then, but funny coincidentally, I was making a joke about saying the BTE stands for B&D Elite, and then coincidentally, I was watching this episode of AEW Rampage, and then that's when my brother, which I call him Grizz, he's the father of my nephew that was here earlier. He was like, exactly, like BTE, and we were making a funny joke about it. About like, which obviously he was talking about referring to something else as BTE. I was just being funny as the Young Bucks' catchphrase, and their YouTube show, which is called BTE. Make sure to check that out. It's exclusively on their YouTube channel, which I need to look it up so I can start brought to you buying it. Yeah, which is sponsoring it. I should say sponsoring, but. Before I start sponsoring, maybe I should ask the Young Bucks' permission first, because that would be kind of infringing, and then even though that's just a name drop and not showing off their merchandise on this YouTube content, but still, like, that'll still be sort of infringing it. But anyways, this is when Matt Menard started hitting Matt Jackson right to the turnbuckle. This is when Matt Jackson started fighting back, started hitting punches. This is where he kicked him in the midsection, and he started hitting him with a knife-edge chop. This is where he puts him in the corner with his partner, Cool Hand Angelo Parker. This is where he tags him in. This is where he throws him right to Nick Jackson. This is where Angelo Parker throws him to Matt Menard, which he tripped, and then Angelo Parker elbows him. They only got a 1 and a 2.1 second count. That's why they try to do everything in their power to put down the former AEW Tag Team Champions. But I think it would. They only did so much, like, which only got them a couple of near falls, but despite that, the Young Bucks got back in the game with Matt Jackson in the mid rope, rolled out of the way of Angelo Parker when he tried to attack him. He hit crashing right into Tina the Turbo. He tags in his brother Nick Jackson, and then he hits a double crossbody right into the former JAS members. This is when he started hitting right hands on both Angelo Parker and Matt Menard. This is where Matt Menard tried to grab him with his hand. This is where he started wrestling like a luchador because he started fighting two of them at once with him grabbing Matt Menard's hand. He started springboard walking on the top rope. He rolled bounced off, and then he hit Cool Hand Angelo Parker with a flying head scissors and made them both flip, looking like both of those two crooks, the Wet Bandits from Home Alone, made them flip like that. And then flipped over like that, and then that's when Nick Jackson started hyping up all the fans, and then that's when he was doing kill two birds with one stone kind of combo, because he continued that by hitting them with running knee strikes, which if you probably haven't noticed, like, he's probably doing a nod to CM Punk's exit with the All Elite promotion, which I'm not sure if that was very mature of them, but I would say it was very hilarious, which I would give this the most goofiest wrestling of the night. And I believe probably the only goofiest wrestling of the night. But let's get to the point. Like, he tried to go for a running bulldog right to Angelo Parker with a clothesline to Matt Menard. This is when he tripped over Matt Menard, tripped him over like he did earlier. But but it was with his brother. He super kicks Angelo Parker. This is when Nick Jackson super kicks. This is when Nick Jackson super kicks. What's his name? Matt Menard. And then this is when Jake Hager comes up. 1 second, Trey. Oh, but this is when This is when Jake Hager comes into the ring, and then this is where he double super kicks him as well. I'm gonna talk about more. And Trey, 1 second. I can't really just leave. I gotta tell him I'll be right back. Okay. Before I finish off reviewing more of what went down, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna fix something up for my nephew, and I'm gonna finish off this video. But anyways, yeah. All right, Trey, let's go. Even though LA Knight and John Miller are not going to hear that. But it's a simple fact. Like, once you wait, like, you're going to be very glad that you want, just to make it not a waste of a trip, like, do you want your manual? Me too. I was like, now waiting in the book, like, yeah, it's more easier because, like, you get what you want at the end. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everyone start listening now. Here you go. That hates makes mistakes, exactly. It'll be all worth it because you don't have to do stuff in a hurry. Mm-hmm. Agreed. And that's what I'm doing every time I do something. It's different. I'm like I'm not gonna question it. Like I'm gonna make sure I wait on doing this. Like so I'll make a mistake. Because like it says in the scripture, like makes sense mistake. But anyways, I'm gonna finish making my video. All right. SNA here back. But I'm gonna finish it off with, and then that's when they hit the BTE being the elite knee trigger right into Matt Menard. They got the 1, 2, 3, and the Young Bucks won their rare appearance match in tonight's Rampage. I bet whoever watched this Rampage in the near city, they probably got a treat of their lifetime of having someone like the Young Bucks. And for those who are fans of the former AEW Tag Team Champion, I'm happy for y'all to see that live in person. But what y'all thought about this match genuinely, even though it was just some kind of a match, like a filler match, like just to have something entertaining for the wrestling fans. But yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments below. This is when they start talking about what's going to go down on tomorrow's Collision. Like we got Roderick Strong against Darby Allin. And then this is, like I said earlier with the Santana saying, like, I bet on myself all the time. And he was like, well, I'm back here. Like, it's not me being here on the game, back on the game. And he's like, I'm going to piss a lot of people off for saying this. And then they ask him, I give a damn, which is obviously no. Now I'm here to make money. He's like, and if none of y'all are down, you're going to get run down. And it seems like it's true about him and his, I'm not sure if that's his brother. I'll say best friend. His best friend, Ortiz. I'll say about him that not want to work with each other anymore. And I believe it's true because I ain't seen Ortiz nowhere. And I probably haven't seen him since when they teamed with the Blackpool Combat Club against Eddie Kingston and Best Friends and Penta back at Wembley Stadium, which was like almost 2 weeks ago. And I'm wondering what plans we're gonna probably figure it out on the news, like which I'm probably gonna make another wrestling news video this Sunday. That's only if I have some extra time in my hands to at least make an hour-long video. But just stay tuned for that, and we're gonna move on to the main event. And what do y'all think about Santana's solo character, and what do you think what's going on with him? And do you think that And he could be a much bigger star without his former tag partner. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. It looks like he has so much future ahead of him rather than behind him. So yeah, this is the if they're gonna split up, if they're gonna be apart from each other, him and Ortiz, like this is the best way to do it. By actually making them a main eventer. Fucking dumbass nigga. And never mind that. No, don't do that. And then and then this is where they hype up the matches like Roger Strong versus Darby Allin. We have Chris Statlander in action in the open challenge for a TBS title. We got Grand Metalik and Gravity and Rostar and Dio Dale in Fame and Mondo in the Mondo too against Bullet Club Gold, which I predict that Jay White, Juice Robinson, and the Guns, Bullet Club Gold, are going to win that. And then they also have Saraya and Ruby Soho in action, and we got Action Andretti and John Moxley in a match because Action Andretti just recently asked John Moxley for AEW International Championship Open Challenge, and then we also have Penta. Whoever Penta's going to face, either Jeff Hardy or Samoa Joe tonight. Then whoever wins that match, Samoa Joe or Jeff Hardy, he's going to face them at the semifinals tomorrow night at AEW Collision. Which, speaking of which, that's going to be the main event. It's Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy, which I would say they showed a reason why this was the main event with two former main eventer and world champions bringing on the show. Like it probably would make a wrestler. It would probably make a former wrestling fan that haven't watched wrestling in a decade would watch this match because it was so very entertaining. Like Jeff Hardy try to go for a crossbody and Samoa Joe being his usual self, no selling that, and just walk off from him and before he can even target him. Like it was so hilarious. I would say, and if I made a mistake saying the only goofiest wrestling of the night was what was it? Silly me, I forgot the what was it that was the only goofiest wrestling of the night? Or was it WWE? No, it wasn't AEW. Oh yeah, I probably was Jericho, Sammy Guevara. But either way, where it was, y'all let me know down in the comments. But anyway, this is when Samoa Joe walked off no sell like he did like what he used to do, like in his Ring of Honor days, TNA days, and WWE days. Like he was not going to sell no crossbody splash unless he's too much in the days to realize it. But anyway, he missile drop kicks him right through under the ropes, and he rolled out of the ring. He started toying and annihilating the poor charismatic Enigma. As soon as he got into the ring, like when the referee counted him at 9, I believe, here's when Samoa Joe started hitting him with those punches and chops, which it probably would have made Gunther jealous. And then he also Irish whipped him right to the other corner. He tried to hit him with that hip attack. This is where Jeff Hardy elbows him. This is where he tried to go for the whisper in the wind. And then, which he successfully did. And then that almost had him a 3. It only got him a 1. It only got him a 2 and a 2.999, which Jeff Hardy was like an inch of a second away from becoming the winner and to move on to the semifinals against Penta. But it looks like that may not happen because after Jeff Hardy got kicked out by that move, this is where Jeff Hardy try to kick and try to get into a perfect position, try to kick, try to go for a twist of fate. He tried 3 attempts, but Samoa Joe grabbed onto his leg. He rolled out of it, kicked him with his back heel right leg, I believe, and then he got him back up. He tried to kick him. He tried to go for a twist of fate. Looked like he was about to go for the win, but Samoa Joe rolled out of it. He hit the Coquina clutch, but that was making Jeff Hardy choke out, and then like probably like a minute later from trying to escape out of Samoa Joe's grasp, he had no choice but to faint and no choice but to faint and go to sleep from Samoa Joe's Coquina clutch for the win for Samoa Joe. And yes sir, ma'am. Samoa Joe's the winner, and he's going to move on to the semifinals tomorrow night against Penta and Roderick Strong against what's his name? Roderick Strong against Darby Allin, and that's what ended AEW. And it was very quick for being an episode tonight because it was only an hour, but it felt like if it was half an hour. Like it looked like it was only like half. It was only a few matches. Like only just like not a few. I'll say like 2 matches. You can just remember those 2 matches, or like barely even 3, like 2.5 matches even. Like, but I would say I'll give tonight's AEW's show like 4 stars out of the 5. It was short and sweet to the point. It had some good matches. It was telling stories, even though it's just like a C show over AEW Dynamite and Collision. But we're going to talk more about AEW. Sorry, I'm clapping way too much. But let me know what y'all would rate this down in the comments below, and who you think is going to win the semifinals and be in the finals next week for MJF's AEW title in a week and a half. Which I think is going to be Roderick Strong and Samoa Joe. And Roderick Strong will probably get some kind of revenge right on to Samoa Joe on Grand Slam, which he's going to face it. He's going to mean his word except for winning the AEW World Championship. But yeah, y'all, let me know about all about down in the comments below. And if you like this video tonight, make sure to give me a huge thumbs up. And subscribe, click the notification bell so you won't miss the next video. I've been your host, SNA, or shall I say Super Ninja Austin. No, not yet, Trey. I didn't get to that yet. Anyways, make sure you check out my next video, which is episode 29 of the SNA podcast, which is AEW Collision Part 4, which we're going to talk about more about AEW. It's kind of like a part 2 of tonight, for tonight, but make sure you check that out. I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin. This has been the SNA podcast, episode 28 of the AEW AEW Rampage, part 4 video. And I'll see you all tomorrow night. And I'll have a great night tonight, and I'll see you then. Super Ninja Austin, the Assassin, out.
Bye.